Leaders are fed up with red tape. They've marched to the union buildings, demanding that it be made easier for small businesses to do their work. I'm now joined by Paul Bester from the South African Informal Traders Association. Paul, good morning, and thank you so much for your time. You took, of course, matters into your own hands as an organization, obviously representing over 2 million voices, to, of course, lay your concerns to the President's office. Why did you feel the need to do so? What are the grievances that you have?
Good morning. Thanks for having us. Firstly, I just wanted to make a small correction. Unfortunately, the city of Tshwane decided not to give us a permit to march. So we unfortunately could not march yesterday to the union buildings, but we gathered in the Gallagher Hotel for the past 2 days to discuss issues of mutual concern with the leaders from across South Africa sum up their plan going forward, and also to hand over the memorandum to the office of the President, which we did yesterday afternoon. So the issues that we needed, so I just thought I wanted to just confirm that we didn't go to the union buildings due to the city of Tshwane's issue, right? So our memorandum contains 4 main issues. There's many issues, but 4 main issues that I would like to put out to the viewers this morning. The first and foremost was one of the biggest issues is that you will remember in SONA, President Ramaphosa specifically talked about the red tape and the red tape reduction. And that's the one issue that we as SAITA is very serious about. The informal economy cannot grow with this huge amount of red tape and just bureaucracies to run a business, to get access to funding, to access to building and growing your business. And that's the one thing we asked the President to include the panels when there's a red tape reduction. So the committee starts its work so that we are on the ground, we know exactly what needs to be done, and we want that to be done immediately.
Right.
Second part was in 2021, the Department of Small Business Development, the Minister then signed a government gazette asking or indicating that permits and the cost of permits would be waived until the end of December 2022. Many municipalities, and I will say most of them, had not adhered to this, and this government gazette is a national directive from the Office of Government, and municipalities just did not implement that at all. In Western Cape, for instance, where I'm from, I took the city of Cape Town to court and won because they kept on finding traders who didn't pay their and told the President, please, first and foremost, make sure that this regulations and is communicated to each and every municipality.
Right.
So SAITA cannot be a workshop to municipalities. They should know these things. They are the leaders. They are government. And we asked the President to make sure municipalities are informed. And secondly, we asked government or the President to extend this to the end of 2023. Because currently, as we know, it's still very difficult in business, and municipalities are forcing traders to pay their fine, their permits. We want to stop that.
Yeah.
And we talked about, yes.
If I may just come in there, Paul, for just a moment. When you speak about municipalities, I understand that you also say you had endured harassment and assault, this including women informal traders from municipal workers. Take me through what is going on there with municipal officials.
Okay, so I want the last issue on our memorandum. I will talk on some others, but one of the last issues was the Do No Harm campaign that we as SAITA has.
Yeah.
The Do No Harm campaign speaks exactly on, I want to answer you with that, is that 90% of informal traders are women who goes out in the morning, early before even the sun is up to feed their family and look after the children and to school. Municipal officers and city police and municipal officials go to these sites, and if you don't have a permit, actually they take the property, take the equipment that is used to sell and take it away. So if you take a normal street trader who uses about 2,000 rands worth of products, when that's confiscated, you take away his livelihood or her livelihood at all. But the pure just disregard, gender-based violence that happens on the floor, on the ground every day is just something that we made the President aware of in our Do No Harm campaign. We asked the President to please work with us so that these things are looked at. As a woman standing, you have no phone. What can you do with 2-3 guys come with a van and they just put this? There's no way that you fight them. And even though they do that illegally, so there's no court documents to authorize the confiscation of products. They just do that.
Right.
And as a woman, there's no way to go and nowhere to turn. The last part that I wanted to talk about on the on our memorandum was the proposed tobacco bill. It's quite serious for us. The proposed tobacco bill will, put regulations in place that will stop about 90% of our traders doing business on the street, selling tobacco and tobacco-related products. We are saying to government, please just include Sahita in a work group or a task team so that we can relook this, because we do believe that the health is very important. We will be the first to stand and fight. We know that tobacco and tobacco products do cause very serious health, but you also need to look at the income from pip to pot. The farmer, the guy that works with the tobacco leaves, are all going to be implemented, and be affected.
Okay.
This new tobacco bill is implemented. So,
we'll have to leave it there.
That's something that
we'll have to leave it there, Paul, but I appreciate you speaking to us this morning. As you mentioned, you couldn't meet with the presidency. You were not granted that permission to march. However, you did engage, as you mentioned, and of course, we're waiting to hear what the president, or at least the presidency, will have to say, and I'm sure we'll invite you back for that response. Paul Bester, thank you so much for your time this morning from the SA Informal Traders Alliance, talking to us this morning.